Okay, Stats and Mechanics, Year 1, Mixed Exercise, Question 9. A single observation x to be taken from the binomial of 30 with probability. The observation is used to test the null hypothesis of 0. Probability is equal to 0.35 and the alternative hypothesis of it not being equal to 0.35. 5% significance. Find the critical region for this test. The probability of rejecting either tail should be as close as possible to 2.5%. Note that it should be as close to it. Okay, so we are talking about as close as possible. Okay, so we have the binomial distribution as they gave us 30, and probability will be 0.35, and we need to find out where we sit on this so that we can get it less than 0.25. So we've got a null of probability is equal to 0.35 and probability not equal to. Okay, the not equal to tells us that it's a two-tailed test. They also tell it's a two-tailed test with this 2.5%. Okay, so the 5% is two-tail, and so 0.025 is what we are looking at. Okay, so let's start with the left-hand side of the test and look at the probability of it being x is less than or equal to 1, just to see what it is. Okay, so again, bringing up our calculator. Okay, gone. All right, from the previous question, that is. Okay, number of trials is 30. We are looking at 0.35 this time. Okay, and you can already see that on this one, it gives you a clue as to the shape of this, where the mean is, all of these things. Okay, now on 0, it's very small there. Let's just bring it up to 1, and we can see it's still very small, 0. What's that, 4 zeros? So let's just write that one in. Okay, so 0.023, or was it a 4 or 5? I can't remember. A 418, 4. Okay, and that is smaller than 0.025. Okay, so that's acceptable. I think we probably need to go a little bigger with this one. Let's jump up to 6. No reason for 6, just randomly pulling it out of the air. Okay, 6, 0.05, way too big. Okay, 0.05, which is clearly too big. Okay, so we know it's somewhere between 1 and 6 now. Okay, so let's just do a bit of work on the calculator to actually find it. Okay, so what would it have been if we had chosen 5? 0.23. Okay, that's it. So it's on 5, 0.023. All right, so probability that it is x is less than or equal to 5 is 0.023. That's not a 3. And that is less than 0.025. And so that is good. That's a critical value there. Okay, of the 5. Right, so now we need to go on to the other end of this. Okay, and we need to look at the probability that x is greater than or equal to. Now, just looking at that graph there, from here, somewhere here, I'm going to start with 16 because I've got a clue here, but I could just start guessing and looking at them. Okay, so let's start on 16 and see where that gets us. So just quickly change this over to the x is greater than. Okay, and then I said I was going to do 16. Okay, and you can see it's come out there 0.030. Okay, so 16 is equal to 0.030, which is too big. Okay, but there might be a sting in this tail, because remember the question said make sure it is as close as possible, because that's only 0.005 away from a value that we want, which is very close in fairness. So we will have a look at what the probability of it being greater than or less, greater than 17. Okay, jumping on here, 17, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Which is less than 0.025, and it is good. But just looking at the difference on them, if we do 0.030 take away 0.025, we get 0.005. Okay, but if we do 0.025 take away 0.0123, okay, what's that? I never like decimal takeaways like that. Then we get 0.0127. This one is closer, okay, because in essence 5 and 12. Okay, so this is actually going to be other critical region. All right, just check the wording of the question for how do they want the answer. Use 5% level, find the critical region. So the critical region, is when x is less than or equal to 5 and when x is greater than or equal to 16. Okay. Oops. Right then. Part B. State the actual significance level of this test. Okay. So the actual significance level here is going to be the actual significant level will be the 0.023. That's not 3 again. Why do I keep doing that every time? And the 0.030, which of course gives us 0.053, so 5.3% is our actual significance level, 5.3. Okay. So the actual value of x obtained is 4 for the next part. The actual value is 4. State a conclusion that can be drawn based on this value, giving a reason for your answer. Okay, so we've said the critical value is when it's between 5 and. So we can say that 4 is less than 5 because of the critical region. Okay, 4 is less than 5, so it is in the critical region, and so we can reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternative hypothesis. Okay, 4 is less than 5. Okay, so it's in the critical region. That is all there is to it. Did they want any more information? Don't think so. Give a reason for your answer. It's inside the region. Okay, if we had have drawn a 6, 7, 8, 9 up to 15, we would have been fine. Okay.